Hello, New Hope Church. Pastor Jim here coming at you with episode 3 in our Soulcare series on prayer. If you like what you are hearing, then please hit that like button. Let us know. Leave us a comment. We'd love to see those. All right. So as we enter episode number 3, I was thinking about when I used to drive a truck for my dad's business. I was driving it was a pickup with about a 20-foot gooseneck trailer, and it had collapsible sides, fiberglass collapsible sides. They were panels, and they slid in, they were fastened in. And I remember one day I was going on 250 going east. I turned south on Fredericksburg Road, and some place between turning south on Fredericksburg Road and where someone caught me in Fredericksburg, I hadn't realized that about half of the panels had blown off, and they were flying all over the place. Cars were dodging them on the road. They were in my blind spot. Didn't see what was happening from behind. We all have these blind spots in our lives. These are areas of weakness that we don't see or that we choose not to see. These areas can cause all kinds of damage to ourselves as well as to those around us, people that we care about. King David actually wrote a psalm that talked about having these blind spots, and it's Psalm 139. The prayer that I'd like to talk about today is called the prayer of examine. It's to learn to be fully present wherever I am, whatever I'm doing. I want to be able to discern the footprints of God all around me. This is called the examine of consciousness. What is God doing? Where is he growing me? Am I paying enough attention to actually recognize what his voice is, what his voice sounds like, and what he's saying to me? These are all an intentional focus on what is happening right now. These are often areas that would make such a difference in our workday, in our family relationships with our friends, because God is always busy doing stuff all around us, and he's always busy working on us and working in us if we choose to notice him, which means that is an intentional decision of focusing on him, listening for him, spending time present with what God might be doing inside of me. And if we do notice him, then he's going to lead us in all kinds of activities that we do, and he will bless us with the wisdom to hear his voice and to be able to obey him and do the things that he tells us to do. Now, the second focus in this prayer of examine is called the prayer of conscience. And this is what King David was doing a lot in that Psalm 139. He wanted to know if there were any, as he said, any wicked ways in him that he wasn't seeing. He wanted God to search his conscience and to reveal to him what was happening. Oftentimes we choose not to see these things. Or if someone points it out to us, we can tend to become kind of defensive about this, which makes us much less self-aware. There's a short passage in Psalm chapter 66, verses 16 to 19, and it actually says that if we are harboring sin in our hearts, that God doesn't hear our prayers. That's a scary thing. God doesn't hear us if we are choosing to live in disobedience and choosing to harbor sin and ignore God. That's choosing to sin, because choosing to sin causes quite a rift between us and God if we choose not to acknowledge our sin and ask forgiveness for those things that we're doing. So, how are you doing throughout your day? Are you remaining in that tight relationship with God while you're at work, while you're with your family, while you're with your friends? In 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, the Apostle Paul gives us some examples of how to walk out our relationship with God, how to live out our relationship. in it, he tells us to pray without ceasing. Now, to pray without ceasing, that's, continuing through our whole day, keeping this running conversation going between us and God. And in this prayer of examine, part of that might just be, God, what's happening in my heart right now? What's happening in my mind? Are there areas of my life right now that I am choosing to be disobedient to you? What that does to our soul as we are practicing, good soul care, we are ignoring good soul care if we are not present daily and hour by hour, even minute by minute, with the presence of the Holy Spirit in our lives. So this will keep a great connection through God through our whole day if we are willing to remain in this constant communication with them. So I hope that that's helpful as you are going about your day. I pray that the Lord would be with you, that he would be blessing you, and that you would be paying attention and hearing what he's saying and where he might be leading you. So have a great rest of your day, and we will hope to see you all very, very soon.